We're Tom and Angel, and we're road tripping through Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Our route is a big loop, so after an eventful week on the island, this episode we head to the beautiful Sunshine Coast and explore the cities of Powell River, Sechelt, and Gibsons. Come along on the last stretch of our road trip. After leaving Tofino, we camped at one of the many amazing riverside spots on the island. After enjoying some waterfall views with coffee, we headed north to catch the ferry that would bring us to Powell River, but not without making an important stop first. We're making our way through the Comox Valley, and we're making a very essential stop right now to get frozen custard here in Courtenay, and it's one of my favorites. They also have vegan flavors, and they're all delicious. We got in line for the ferry that would loop our route from Vancouver, across Vancouver Island, over to the Sunshine Coast, and back to the lower mainland. BC ferries are incredibly commuter friendly. When we got here, it was actually the dead spot, aka like not too many people going on this one, so we got a spot no problem. So beautiful! Watching the sunset over Vancouver Island. We are now officially in a new part of BC that we've never been to before. We're on the Sunshine Coast. Yay! We're in Inland Lake Provincial Park doing a section of the Sunshine Coast Trail, which is a 180 kilometer through hike that spans from Sarah Point in the Desolation Sound, across Powell River, and then down towards Sultry Bay. There are 14 huts along the way, which is kind of what they're known for, and that's generally where the through hikers will camp in the evenings. Inland Lake Provincial Park is actually one that you can drive into, so we're doing that section. So we picked this trail today because it's a lovely day to be by the water, and we thought it would be really nice and scenic, but also we wanted to be able to see one of the huts. Although we're not staying on it or backpacking through this trail, we just wanted to see a hut. Welcome to the Anthony Island hut on Anthony Island. It sleeps 3 hikers, has a cozy little stump coffee table, has a nice skylight, has ample windows, incredible view, and has a porta-john. For dinner tonight in Powell River, we had Costa del Sol Latin cuisine.
Let me tell you guys, that was some of the best Mexican food I've ever had outside of Mexico.
That was probably the best nachos I've ever had.
They're good.
We can't get enough of these West Coast sunsets over the water, so after dinner, we found a primo spot to watch the show, and it did not disappoint. I'm gonna go work at the library.
And what did you just sneak in your bag?
Popcorn.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, folks, Jell's off to work. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. First up, as I'm sure is expected, is going to be some fine local coffee. This place is pretty cool. Not only is it local, it was actually being roasted this morning across the street from the hotel we were staying at. Coffee in hand, we are ready to go. Dude, do you want to go to the woods or to the ocean? I think we're going to do the woods. Starting our trail today at the Millennium Park. We're going to go from here down to the ocean. We have made it to Willingdon Beach, and let me tell you, it is cute. It seems to be more of a waterside park than a beach, although it is waterside. There's a little splash pad, there's a play area for kids. It's really nice. There's no dogs allowed, so we're not going to hang out too much. It is beautiful down here. If you ever find yourself in Powell River and you're just wanting to get out in the forest, Millennium Park is a great spot. I treated Angel to some coffee and lunch, and after bragging about the fun day that Duke and I had been having, she went back to work because, well, one of us had to, and it was time for the ocean portion of my day at the Sea Walk. Something really cool about Powell River that I found is that it doesn't really consider itself mainland despite being mainland. You see, the Sunshine Coast, while it is connected to mainland British Columbia, is only accessible by water. So a lot of the people here consider themselves closer to islanders than they do to British Columbians. And just like that, we've reached the end of the trail. It's come time, go pick up Angel, and unfortunately that is it for our time in Powell River. We're gonna try to sneak one more stop. How was work?
Oh my gosh, Mom! It's good.
All right, unfortunately we don't have time to go get ice cream because we have to go catch a ferry.
Sultry Bay is 20 minutes away. The ferry, oh, we're gonna miss this ferry. This one's 4:55. So maybe we can get ice cream.
I gotta wait 2 hours. I'm doing it with ice cream.
After a very essential and delicious ice cream stop, we made our way down to the first of two ferries on this leg of our trip.
Sultry Bay.
The Sunshine Coast that goes from Powell River to Vancouver includes two ferry rides to connect the peninsulas and the mainland. Conveniently, when you buy this ticket, it covers both ferries.
We've dropped Angel off at the library so she can work for the day. And let's see what kind of trouble me and Mr. Boy here can get into. We are exploring Sechelt. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm going to go with it, which is on the southern half of the Sunshine Coast. It's actually a little skinny strip of land. It's kind of an entranceway to a peninsula, so it is known as the land between two waters.
In typical Tom fashion, I wandered in the woods for a few hours. The first hike was at Hidden Grove, which was a beautiful, dense, rainforesty park with a bit of a viewpoint.
View from the top? It's a little obstructed. Kind of wish these trees weren't in the way.
There are dozens of parks along the Sunshine Coast, and each one of them is a little bit different. Take a look at Porpoise Bay. This park is a prime example of the mix of forest and beach and ocean that the Pacific Coast is known for. And I can never pass up a good waterfall. Burnett Falls is super cute.
Who's going to give up a chance to see a waterfall?
We are going to the Skookumchuck Narrows, and they are home to these rapids. You see a lot of other people coming in, so I think it's going to be a good show. Whoa! These Sechelt rapids are considered some of the fastest in the world. They go up to 16 knots or 30 kilometers per hour. There are actually a few people whitewater rafting right now, and that looks intense and insane. It honestly looks so intense that you might think that there's rocks underneath, but everything is just water. So this is happening because Sechelt has a peninsula, and this water here is part of the path of getting into the Sechelt Inlet, and it's quite narrow. What happens is, as the tides go up and down, the water is passing through this very narrow piece of waterway, and it's causing the tides to turn into these whirlpools. And sometimes the difference between the inlet water and the water that's coming in or out is up to 2 meters. Last fun fact, in Chinook, Skookumchuck means skookum, strong, and chuck, water, so strong water. That was freaking awesome.
It started as like basically nothing, and it turned into like this crazy, huge, rapid thing.
You can actually visibly see it getting like crazier, bigger, and
more
everything.
and more intense.
Yeah, until it went to that peak tidal part.
Yeah, that was really cool. I've never seen tidal rapids before.
It's getting a bit dark.
Please enjoy my attempt at giving Duke his own headlamp because he was being a scaredy dog and is afraid of the dark.
Okay, let's go.
Stop.
Oh my gosh, he loves it.
We're going to get started exploring Gibsons Landing today, now known as Gibsons. Just a single ferry ride away from Vancouver, so it's pretty hip, and I'm pretty excited to see it.
After grabbing a quick breakfast and coffee, I heard there was a hike to get a really nice view of the bay over at Soames Hill.
I know it might sound strange, but this year I discovered hiking in sandals, and I can't get enough of it. You know, hiking up a mountain isn't always fun or easy. Man, when you get to the top and you get one of these views, it's always worth it.
This evening we're gonna get some barbecue for dinner and we're going to Smoke on the Water, which is an epic name for a barbecue joint. We basically just asked the person there what they recommended and they said to get the brisket plate and the meat poutine, so that's what we got. These are hearty servings and it smells delicious. You're so excited, you just want me to finish talking.
Yeah. I'm holding a pickle.
Really, of all the things, you're gonna eat the pickle first.
Do you want the pickle?
No, you can have it. I'm excited for this brisket. Oh my gosh, look at that. Deep fried mac and cheese. Whoa.
Gibsons is the setting for one of Canada's longest running comedy drama television shows, The Beachcombers. So you'll find plenty of locations and even props from the show scattered around town.
And finally, our last stop in Gibsons is ice cream. We went to Mike's place and
It's a convenience store.
but half the store is ice cream.
Beachcomber coffee is so good that I knew that we had to go one last time to cap off our amazing road trip and before sadly having to go home.
And just like that, we're back in the lower mainland and off of the island of the Sunshine Coast. That's it for us for this trip. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. We're making it on. We're making it on. We didn't make it.
Foot taste.
What?
It's foot and mouth.
Oh my gosh. We are so close, yet so far. And now we have to wait another 2 hours for the next ferry.